How's it going, guys? I'm here to review Friday the 13th, the remake, 2009.
Good.
We gotta get out of here. Come on, you guys. Oh my god.
This remake has kind of nothing to do with all the other movies, but at the same time, it doesn't even feel like a remake because it's just another movie with Jason in it. Nothing new, nothing original, just another rehash. This film is literally part 1 through 4, or the first 4 Friday the 13th movies into one. So basically, you have the backstory of Jason's mom being beheaded, and you have Jason in the sack mask, and then he finds the hockey mask, and there's a whole plot segment. There's a brother looking for a sister, and the brother is played by Jared Padalecki from Supernatural, who played Sam Winchester. Plot for this film: the movie begins with, like I said, the backstory of Jason's mother, Pamela, being beheaded, and then it cuts back to a group of teenagers camping out in the woods, and of course they get killed one by one by Jason. So the whole opening sequence takes like first 20 minutes of the movie, and when it cuts to black, um, you are then introduced to another group of kids, even more annoying. Like honestly, all these characters are kind of one dimensional, and they're kind of like fucking douchebags in a way. So all these characters are, I wouldn't say all, but most of these characters are actually quite dumb.
Here we are. Very nice, huh?
But yeah, hands down, the best character is the brother, like I said, which is played by Jared Padalecki, and you have his sister. I forgot the character's name, but she's the redhead. Those two characters are cool. Everything else, the characters, yeah, like I said, they're just one dimensional and they're easily forgettable. The dude's looking for his sister. One of the other girls from the other group decides to go with him to find his sister. While of course everyone's doing their own thing, smoking pot, having sex, and then just the old Friday the 13th formula. And of course Jason kills them one by one, and there's always a final girl and a final guy going against Jason in the end. Jason gets slightly defeated and he comes back like to life at the end. Basically the same kind of formula.
Hey, I'm not from around here, but I'm looking for my sister. She's gone missing. Have you seen her?
She ain't missing. She's dead.
So the kills in this movie are really cool. I love the kills in this movie. I'll give it that. A lot of sex scenes. I would say, like, if I would not recommend this movie to watch it with your parents or like a close friend or close girlfriend. It's just one of those movies that if they show a lot of sex scenes, it's to the level of a pornography level, to the point it's so strong, it's so awkward, and when you watch it with another person. So warning you there. And Jason himself, which is played by Derek Mears, not Kane Hodder, but Derek Mears plays Jason. Honestly, he plays Jason pretty good in this movie. Jason is a savage. He's more like a hunter, kind of like Rambo in this movie. All the other movies, he was like an undead, unstoppable zombie. But in this movie they recapture the old feeling, like the old first 4 Friday the 13th films, when before Jason died, like he was a hunter. So they recapture that feel of Jason, which is very cool. Jason used like traps, bear traps. He uses a bow and arrow. He has his own, instead of like a own like shaft, he has to his own shrine for his mother's head. He has an underground tunnel, so that way he can be in one spot to another, which I found pretty cool. Overall, nothing new, but it does kind of return back to its old Friday the 13th formula after like the last movies. Because the last movies, he went from space, he battled Freddy, he went to hell, he went to New York. So it was nice that he went back to its old roots, which was really cool. And I can tell the director was Marcus Nispel. He did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake. I can tell he was a big fan of the old Friday the 13th film. So it was a nice touch recapturing that old feeling. I actually enjoyed this remake. It's one of those remakes that I actually enjoy, because there's a lot of remakes I'm like, okay, this is pointless. But This movie, even though it still kind of is pointless, it's not a bad Friday the 13th movie. Don't get me wrong. It's a very, very well done Friday the 13th movie. But for a remake, it's all right because it doesn't even feel like a remake. That's the thing. It just feels like another Friday the 13th sequel. Like nothing new. Like nothing like new changed. But overall, I still enjoy this movie. So what would I rate it at 10? Honestly, I would rate this film a 7 out of 10. This was pretty good. I liked it. It went back to its old roots. Jason's savage. He's more scarier. He's more brutal. And of course, I like that nice touch. They included Jared Padalecki from Supernatural. I love the Supernatural show. So that was a nice touch. So this was my review of Friday the 13th, 2009. And this is the last Friday the 13th movie that we have so far. Hopefully they make another one. Fingers crossed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this quick review. And leave a like. Please leave a comment, subscribe. And I'll see you guys on the next one.
His name was Jason, and today is his birthday.